Hey everybody, it's your girl AM with No Friend the Podcast, and today I have another special guest, Cameron McCloud. Come on, introduce yourself to the people. Some of
I
you
was
may
like,
know him.
can I start my camera yet, or what's going on?
You good? You good?
Right on.
Yes. So, Cameron, I thank you for coming.
Thank you for
Some of you
having
may
me.
know him as Cure for Paranoia. That's actually how I first met you. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know your first name for some time because I followed Cure for Paranoia for so
Sure.
long, and
Right.
it it became what I knew you as. But
Right.
it's nice. Thank you for coming on the show, Cameron. Tell people about where you from. Where are you from, Cameron?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. Been out here my whole entirety of my life. And since I was about 16, that's when I started like pursuing music full time and like taking it seriously. And yeah, and I've just been out here ever since.
So you started at 16. How old are you currently?
Oh, no, ma'am. I don't see how that's any of your
That's
business.
not relevant. Okay, it's not relevant. He been doing this for some years, you guys. Just know that he
No,
been in the game for some years.
I'm 28, about to be 30. On the way up
Yeah,
there.
how you gonna skip 29? How you gonna?
That's
Don't
just
do
what
that.
happens. That's how it
I'm
works.
28. I'm 28.
That's
Don't
how it
skip
works. You go
29.
28,
We
28,
at
bam,
29.
30. This
It
is what
feels
happens.
like that. My body feels like that, but that's not how it works. But you've been doing this since you were 16. Were you always singing? Were you always rapping? What were you doing? What when you started? How did it start?
Definitely started out rapping. Definitely. I don't even know if I would completely consider myself like a singer now, even though I would love to be. Like I wish I could sing. If I could sing, I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't like people be telling me to shut up. Like I would never ever stop. I'd be hitting runs on everything.
I
But
can't believe I feel the same way. I'd be in the shower
man,
singing anyway.
same. And I'll be killing it in there, but then it's just when I leave, that's when
I
I ain't
like
got the singing power no more.
yeah. I mean, in my mind, in my heart,
Right.
definitely. But
Yeah.
so you didn't always go by Cure for Paranoia. What was your name when you started at 16?
At 16, I started off as Kid Cam.
Kid, oh, I like that though. Was
Yeah.
this around the same time as Kid Cudi? Was that kind of why you went with the
See,
kid?
and no, and yes and no. But I do remember back in high school, my homie told me that like that he was like, oh, people saying that Kid Cam just trying to be like Kid Cudi, blah blah blah. But it's like I didn't listen to Kid Cudi in high school. Like I wasn't really privy to the whole like Kid Cudi, like Wiz Khalifa era
Yeah,
of music. I was more into like I was listening to like Wayne and like Eminem and like stuck there pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I didn't really like in high school I didn't really understand Kid Cudi that much because he wasn't. I was like, why ain't he rhyming on most of this stuff? But
yeah.
it wasn't until like I actually whenever I got started doing like Cure and stuff like that is when I started to appreciate music like that. Like especially as I got older, just the Kid Cudis and the like your Radioheads and just stuff like that will start to kind of branch out music wise.
So when you first started rapping, it was you said that it was very similar to how Eminem, how Lil Wayne,
Oh,
how
100%, 100%. Like me and my friends would just sit and just freestyle for like hours, and like all of us just sounded like we was like auditioning for Young Money, like every single one of us.
if you had a chance, would have signed Young Money back in the day if he would have offered you? Lil Wayne would be like, I want to sign you right now.
See, no, because I think subconsciously back then I wanted to, I really did, but I was just like I knew like the me that is me would not be able to be like a part of Young Money. I just knew it wasn't gonna be a fit. So like, yeah, I'm gonna say nah to that one. I'm gonna say nah.
So, well, I understand. I understand. Lil Wayne is. I love Lil Wayne. I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra, so I love me some
You a
Wayne.
Libra?
So I get. I am a Libra. Yes, I am a
Right, come
Libra.
on, Libra gang, fist bump.
Oh, my last guest was also a Libra.
See, you should
When
just
is
have a
your
Libra
birthday?
podcast. October 12th.
Oh, I'm the 10th. She was the
See,
16th.
come on. See, you should just have a
Libra
Libra
strong.
podcast.
We
Libras
strong.
only.
Strong right here. We strong right
Yes,
here.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
But when you so Lil Wayne was your first one. What would you say kind of inspires you now? Who inspires you now in the game?
I mean, all the way Kendrick. Like suit like
Oh
whenever
yeah,
I heard Kendrick for the first time, it was just like it was over with. Like that was the direction I want to go in, and like um just not even so much just the way he raps, but just like how it was his own thing. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
was my first time hearing, and it was my first time in a long time hearing something that wasn't trying to be something preceding it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Everything the same. He stepped
yeah,
out.
yeah, and it was
It's
just yeah, it
different.
was like a breath of fresh air in a sense.
All right. So isn't he dropping a project soon? Am I tripping? That's
Yes,
what I
God.
heard, right?
Yes, God.
Okay. Okay. When I heard,
Yes.
I was like, they said it's coming soon. I think is it Friday? I think
Man,
it's
I don't know.
Friday. I think it's Friday. I think he said it's
Really?
gonna be like the week after Future. The Future just dropped his Friday. I think it's gonna be this Friday. I'm
Wow.
excited to hear it. I'm excited to
Yes,
hear it.
indeed. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
But you say so you started taking it serious at 16. But
Hmm.
how is it and was it working with the Queen of Dallas, man, Erica Badu? Like
I
how's it
mean,
like meeting her and everything?
see, okay. Honestly, whenever it happened, and when I say it, I mean like me sneaking backstage and rapping to her. I I didn't
You said
like.
snuck
Oh,
backstage?
say again.
You said you snuck backstage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we're
See.
gonna have to talk about this story.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. Come on,
snuck
girl.
backstage
You gotta do
and
you.
like spit your
Yeah.
game to her, and she was
Yeah.
like, "Yes."
Yeah.
That
So
sounds like her. That sounds like her.
I mean, not even so much that. I mean, it was more so like I did like a little Japanese bow, and then she bowed back, and then it was cool. Um, but whenever I snuck backstage and spit to her, like it wasn't even. I didn't really hold her in that high of a regard as I like should have. And honestly, I
Mm.
mean not should have, because I mean she's just a person like all of us. But like
Oh yeah.
I didn't recognize like what could come from me spitting to Erica. Like I specifically said my friend snuck backstage with me, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna go spit to her." And in my mind, I was just like, "For what? Like, what's that gonna do?" Like, I'm just used to like spit. Like I've snuck backstage, uh, and like rap to like the Kendricks, or I spit backstage and I rap to Gambino. My first time going to South by Southwest, so I just felt like it had to be rappers, and that's how you know elevate
Yeah.
and progress. So I'm just like, what's spitting to Erica gonna do? And he was like, oh, you just scared, blah blah blah. So like honestly, shout out to him. I don't rap god Pat Ryan. I went to high school with him. He goes by Nate. But he's the one that snuck backstage with me. And honestly, had he not snuck back with me, it wouldn't.
You wouldn't
I
have.
wouldn't even. I wouldn't even spit to her because I wouldn't have thought nothing was gonna come from it. Um, but then fast forward, like maybe like a month or so after it happened, uh, somebody from her camp called Chris had reached out to me and was basically like, "Yo, you trying to play Erica's birthday?" And I think it
I
was like that
remember that.
weekend. Yeah, I think it was like that weekend. I don't even think it was like no prep time or nothing. It was like, "Yo, you trying to play her birthday this Saturday or something like that?" So yeah.
Oh no, I'm about to say like I wouldn't first of all, I've never snuck. I've been to several concerts and I have
Hmm.
never been brave enough to sneak back because I
It
don't want to
was
get kicked out. I don't want to get
yeah,
kicked out.
it's fun. It's fun. You should
I don't
do
want
it.
to get kicked out. I don't want to get kicked because I don't want to. Maybe if I do it like at the end, I don't want to get
Hmm.
kicked out before they go up because then my feelings
Right.
gonna be hurt.
Right. Right.
Like, and you sound like you've done it multiple times.
Oh, so many times. I used to get a kick out of it. I really did. I really did. Used to get a kick out. Not like
Which
shows, movies, just like any. Like I don't know. I just got a kick out of it. Out of just being like
that's good. It's an excitement,
maneuvering.
huh?
Yeah,
It's a thrill. It's the
I
thrill.
think so.
Have you
I think
ever
so.
been kicked out? Like someone ever like caught you behind it and like kicked you out?
No, and what's even funnier is the first when they open up the Bomb Factory, which is where Erica has her
Mm, yeah.
shows at. I pulled. This was like summer of 2014, 2015, maybe one of those. Whatever that was when Bomb Factory opened up, and I snuck there to see the show. I didn't even. I just found out the day of that like the show was gonna happen, and I snuck there. And not only did I sneak in, it was these two older like auntie black ladies that was trying to get in, And I was like, and he was like, "Oh, what we gonna do? How you gonna get in?" Because it was sold out. I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna sneak in. I'm not worried about it." And he was like, "Oh, can you help us? Can we get in with you?" I was like, "Come on." And then I snuck in two old auntie ladies, and he was like, "Oh, thank you, baby."
You
And they
have
just
to
went
teach
on
me
the
your sneaking in ways, so that way I can stop
man.
buying concert
I didn't hung
tickets
it up.
and
I
I
didn't
can
hung it
just
up.
sneak in.
And I
I can
hung it
just
up.
sneak in too.
Man, I wish
But
I could
like,
help you
the
out.
first time I seen you was at the Bomb Factory actually, like in
Really?
2017. First time I seen your band.
Who was I playing with or opening for?
You weren't open for I'm not gonna lie to you.
Uh
Um, at the times, the person I was dating,
huh.
she knew you all. No, she knew who the headliner was. So
Uh huh.
I had just went with
You
her,
was there.
and
You there? Yeah.
I like you all better than I like the headliner. She
Come
liked the
on.
headliner.
Yeah.
That's when I first started following you all. I think I followed you all on Facebook. I followed you on Instagram.
Come
So I've been
on.
a fan. You know, you didn't know
Right
who I
on.
was. It's okay. We're here now. We're here
We here
now.
now.
I'm
We
stepping up.
here.
I'm stepping up.
Come on. Best friends.
But
Woo.
right here, Libra
Come
game.
on.
But you talked about your name, like where your name came from. So I want you to kind of
Right.
share that, like where the Cure for Paranoia came from.
Right on. Well, it was basically around the same time, uh going back to that summer 2014, 2015, when they opened up the Barn Factory. Around that time, actually, like that exact same summer, is whenever I was placed on medication for bipolar paranoid schizophrenia, which it was like bipolar depression and paranoid schizophrenia. Schizophrenia. It was like two different medications.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like dealing real bad with like alcoholism too, and just like bunch of shit. So I was on medication for that as well. Um, and basically, like fast forward to the fall, I end up going on a trip out to Colorado with the current members of the group. Um, and on the way out there, we're just sitting, writing, working on music, blah blah blah. And they're just like passing the joint around on the drive out to Colorado. And I usually don't smoke because it makes me paranoid,
Paranoid.
obviously. And but while we were driving and just working on music, like they always accidentally pass me the joint anyway. Even to this day, they'll be like, "Oh, oops, my bad," just because I'm there.
My
But
bad.
right, and it's like my fault, my fault. But while we were driving, now when they would pass it to me and we're working on music, I'm just hitting it and then passing it back and hitting it and passing it back, and then finally but it's just so
It is.
like
It
it
was
didn't
just.
phase them. Yeah, it didn't phase them because I was like, oh, and then finally they realized I was like, bro, what? How you
I've
smoking
been
right now?
smoking this.
Right, right. And I was like, I don't know, bro. I feel like just all this is just like the cure for paranoia. Just like sitting in the
Hanging out.
car with nothing but like mountains around us and just working on music. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like this is the cure for paranoia. And it honestly, it started off. It was meant to be the title of a project. Like I had no idea that I was gonna make it
Oh, okay.
like a band. You know what I mean?
Name. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then a couple months after that happened, after the Colorado trip, is whenever the Badu thing happened. Uh, Playing on her birthday, and that's basically on stage. There is whenever I even announced the name of the band, because I was like stepping off stage after performing, and RC, the homie that plays keys in Erica's band, was like, "Bro, you got to let them know who you are." Blah blah blah. And yeah, instead of going on stage and being like, "Yeah, my name is Cameron," well, you know what I
Cameron.
mean? Like, I was just like, "What
Yeah.
do I represent?" So basically, I told the name of the band and the reasoning behind it, and then I get backstage after performing at Badu's birthday, and I'm like opening up my phone because I'm trying to meet up with people that are here, like in the Bomb
Mm-hmm.
Factory. I'm trying to meet up with them. I open up my phone and I go to click Instagram, and it just glitches out. Like it just glitched out, and my phone like cut off. And basically, it was doing it because there was just so much
Me
like traffic
followers.
from yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was just like, I to this day I ain't never had nothing happen like that with my phone, to where it's just like, nah, we're not
Not
doing
yet.
this.
Not yet. Because you have a big show coming up. You have a big
Man,
show coming up. Talk about that. Like talk about like the show you have coming and like how that happened as well. Isn't it you know the name that I'm referring to?
which one?
Um
Oh,
the
so what
festival.
festival? Yeah, so what
So
festival?
What Festival. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Um.
like it's gonna be live.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm I'm wishing that I was like, no, I wouldn't say more prepared for it. Because I mean, like, we ready, uh, but I don't know. I just like more rehearsals or something like that. You know what I mean? But I
Don't
feel
be
like that's
afraid. You got this.
right, right,
Cause
and
think
I
about
feel
it,
like
I
that.
met you. You got this. You have energy.
Yeah,
You have a presence in your story. It's
right.
it's. I don't know. I remembered it all the way like since 2017. You have no idea how many like things I put in my body that may have affect my memory. But yet
Wow.
I still remembered.
Come
And
on.
you're good. And you're good. And what day are you performing in So What?
That's gonna be on Sunday. So that's the day that like I know 2 Chainz gonna be there, Big Crit is gonna be there. Um a long list of
I
folks
was
are
gonna
gonna be
say
there.
every day is a long list of people.
Right, right.
Who are you more excited to like meet and see?
You know what? Honestly, I haven't even thought about that yet. I haven't even thought about like, oh, I want to go and meet this person. Like, really, I'm even when I looked at the list because I could choose which day to play at. I was just looking at the names of people and thinking about like, okay, which fan base do I want to tap into? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I haven't even like thought about like, oh, meeting one of the people yet. I should think about that. But I think that if I was to have that thought, then it would make me even more nervous about the situation. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Okay. I
You
usually
know?
I get me see being a Libra. I get it. I'll be more excited, oddly, about
Hmm.
meeting people than the actual performance.
Really?
Just because I'm the type of person that I have a like I have questions I just want to ask like this random
Right.
like weird that's random real shit. Like
Right.
if
Right.
I get a chance to sit in a room with you and like there's no one around that can like hear your answer, I want to
Right.
know like some stuff that no one else knows.
Right. Right.
I'm that random person at the party that will ask you a random question.
So
But you'll never forget me.
right.
You'll
You
never
the
forget
therapist. You the
you be like
therapist party.
don't invite her nowhere because she be trying to get deep and ask questions.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm that person.
Like, why that girl asked me about my childhood trauma? Where'd it come
Be like, what do you think led you in your childhood? Yeah,
from?
that's me. But it'd be very memorable. It'd be
Right.
like
That is true.
it'll stick with them. But
Yeah.
I am thinking about coming to So What 'cause it is here in Dallas.
It's
Is it
in
Arlington?
Arlington. Uh-huh. Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm excited for festivals to start. But I've been going to concerts like crazy. I went to Erica's birthday this year and I saw you perform as well. Um, Erica was an experience.
Hell
Erica
yeah.
voices
Was that your
Erica
first time seeing
voices.
Erica?
Yes, yes. I
Wow.
always miss her. Every
Yeah.
year her birthday come around, something
Yeah.
else comes around in my life. This was the
Yeah.
first year I called her. This is actually the first year I'm going to a lot of concerts. Like
Nice.
I just decided I was just gonna as many concerts as I can get in this year for as many people
Hmm.
I want to like see, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
So that's why I said So What is definitely a possibility, depending on another Memorial Day weekend. So going to see
Yeah.
what's popping, but I definitely do want to go because I am off that weekend. So
Come on.
why not?
Oh, and
Why
it's
not?
Memorial Day weekend. So that mean, wow.
Oh, it's
Okay.
gonna
Come
be live.
on. Come
It's gonna
on.
be live. If I'm not
Wow.
mistaken, is it is it no. It's June, isn't it? It's in June.
May. May.
Oh no, the next Memorial Day weekend. Okay, it is. It's
Hmm.
the end of May, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. So there's gonna be a lot of people. A lot of people gonna come out of town. Um who so New Year's Eve performing Sunday. What music do you have any like songs that you are going to perform you can share with us?
What, like perform them right now, or what you mean?
No, not perform. Like,
Oh,
just
okay.
tell us about any songs that you're going or may perform.
Okay.
Anything that's like you have
Yeah.
out right now.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I've recently put out this project called 7 Days in the Life with this amazing, talented producer, singer, songwriter named Angelica Ray, based out of Austin, Texas. So there's a lot of songs that are released from that project that I'll be performing at the festival. Um, let's see, another dope producer, Trusco, Robert Trusco, just recently put out a project with him as well, called "Smile for Me," and gonna be doing music from that, and then just some of the oldies from the Cure for Paranoia projects.
What is like when you're performing, what song does like you get the most like feedback
Hmm.
from?
Huh. Probably. I mean, it fluctuates now because this is honestly the first time that I've been playing so much like new music, like new material, like actually at
Mhm.
least actually like polished out new material. Because I mean, it was to the point where like we would use shows to actually like practice out the new songs. There was so much stuff that was unreleased that we would perform at shows, and people were like, "Oh, where can I hear the song?" And I'm like, "You can't," and like you gotta move with it. But yeah, it kind of fluctuates now. Like there's a song called Dollar Dollar Bill that gets a lot of good feedback, especially just like the hook. Um, and you know what? I'm lying. Hands down is Art Show. Hands down is Art Show. There's a song
Our
that
show.
has yeah, it's Walking to the Gallery like bitch I am the Art Show. That's like the staple for the set. Wherever we performing at.
I believe that. I like
Yeah.
bars. When I hear a bar, I'm like,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Like
Mm.
you just did Earth Gang. You just did Earth Gang Billy.
Let's talk
The
about it.
Billy.
Let's talk about it
Let's talk
because
about it. How was that? Like that was dope. I shared it on both pages. I
thank
love
you.
Earth Gang. Those are one of the groups that I'm thinking about going to that concert because they're coming here as well very soon.
In June, yeah.
Look at you
So
know you going.
because okay, so I don't know yet, but the thing is, basically they're letting different artists from like the city they're in open up for them. So
Mhm.
that's what I got my eyes on. I'm trying to make sure they're open for them when they come out here to Dallas in June.
Oh, that'd be great. We're gonna tag them
Yeah,
on this. We're gonna get you in because I
come
think it'd
on,
be
we
great.
manifest.
I
Yeah,
think I like Earth Gang. Their their flow.
very
Everyone on Dreamville is very
Bill Spillage
just
Village, all of that. Yeah,
yeah. I was gonna say they have the gift of
yeah,
gab. They know some words and they can
right,
flip it and twist it and make a word mean
right,
something completely different. It's amazing.
right. It's just real
Um
melodic. Yeah.
yes, Ruminati. I mean you have the same flow. Again, Billy, how like what made you want to do that? Like what we gonna do a freestyle to it?
Actually, a I don't want to say worker because she's not a worker, but somebody that is uh affiliated with the So What festival actually sent
Okay.
me that, sent me the Billy challenge, and was like, "You got to do this for
Mm,
one of your 100 verses." And this was like last week. Whenever she sent it, I was like, "Okay, bet." And I actually didn't end up getting around to it until a couple days ago
this
whenever I
week.
actually posted it. Um, and man, like I don't know, just love love Earth Gang and
Yeah.
just really it was the same kind of not exactly the same kind of breath of fresh air that I got from hearing Kendrick, but it was like so
Refreshing.
the shit was so refreshing, so different. You know what I mean? So it's like I respected
Yeah.
them for a really really long time. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to not like I put anything more into their verse than I have as far as like the other 100-day verses. Because I
Mhm.
really ended up writing it last minute. The only thing I wanted to do is just make sure that actually like I actually recorded the vocals and got a good video out to it to make sure that it like um
Sounded.
sounded good and also stood apart from the other people that would just like record it on their phone. Like no
Oh
shit
yeah.
against the people that do that, but it's just like I think I'm in a position where I'm blessed to not have to rely on that so much. Um, and yeah, I just want to stand apart, you know what I mean, and show that I'm taking this like serious.
And talk about more of the 100-day challenge. So what day? Okay, so tell everyone what the challenge is and what day you're on right now.
Okay, so keep it 100 is the name of the challenge that I created back in March 2021. And basically in it, I challenged myself to write and post a new verse every single day for 100 days. And I'm doing it. Oh, today I'm on 58, I think 58.
58. Okay.
Yeah, and this year is a little bit different than last year's. Because last year I was making sure that I had every single verse up by midnight. But this year I actually started. I started writing my first verse on the year anniversary of when I started the
We
challenge,
started doing it.
and then the next day is when I posted it. So now it's like I write it and then I post it the next morning. So it's not like I'm writing it and then have it
You're
up.
posting it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and because
It gives you
also
more chance.
more chance, and also it's people are actually more people are even awake to see it. You know what I mean? There's no point in
Yeah.
doing it if I'm posting it at midnight and then everybody, nobody know it even like came out or whatever.
Yeah.
So
What inspired you to do that though? Like that's not easy. Like that takes time and brain
it's
power.
it's honestly something, and thank you for that, because I don't know if I necessarily even like completely view it that way, but it's honestly something I've been wanting to do um since I started curing. Um it's just make sure that I'm writing every single day. Like I've been trying to say that, tell myself to do that for the longest time, but I never actually stick and commit to it. And I figured like if I actually am posting these verses online, then it's like a kind of accountability, as in a
Yeah.
sense of making sure that are posting stuff.
I want to be like you. I'm not consistent. I want to at least get to like writing at least once a week. Like
Yeah, you can do
I'm there. I'm like once a week, and you are just like I wanted to write every day. Like damn,
it. Just
I
it was,
want
it
to
was
get
just
to
more.
that.
It was just more like just like a muscle, and it's like an exercise, and I'm always so. um, I've always had this like underlying fear that that writing music was like um a superpower almost, and like if you don't
It
use
is.
it, if you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I mean? So like I
Yeah.
just didn't want to. I don't know. I just want to. It's more so for me to just keep being like, okay, can I still do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like a firm believer in God and uh, just a higher power and somebody that's a there's somebody, it's something bigger than me at play.
Yeah.
Especially just like looking at my life and like who I am and where I am. Like I had to have some type of help. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
just keep wanting to, you know, be appreciative of the gift that I'm given, and by being appreciative of that is using it to inspire. And if I can simultaneously use my gift to inspire and also keep kind of getting like some lyrical exercise in and some like lyrical reps in, then why not? You know what I mean?
No, I get it because I mean, it is a superpower because it's not easy. People don't realize how like saying you write a verse or write a freestyle every day is because is unique. It shows that you have a lot of brain power because writing a song takes forever. Like going to
Mhm.
the studio recording the song takes some time,
Yeah.
especially when you have to get it tweaked. You have to get
Right.
mix and master where it's perfect. Like I didn't
Hmm.
realize like until I started taking like it more serious how like hard it really is. Like, oh, I can do
Yeah.
this.
Right.
Everyone cannot. You cannot. You can write
Right.
something, but and you can write something and it not sound as good as you think it does.
Right. Right.
Um, but you actually sound good with it, and I know it probably helps with. I know you talked a little bit about like depression and your schizophrenia. Like, how has that been with you using music? Like that being your cure, that being what you go to. How has that been with that to journey, your mental journey?
Man, it's a huge help because it's more like a filing system almost. Like I feel like um especially when I'm not taking like good care of myself and like making sure that I'm healthy and just doing everything that I can just to make sure that my endorphins and all that stuff is going. It really helps to like organize the chatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just like taking that and then like placing it somewhere else, or you know what I mean, like taking some of those like thoughts and kind of like using it to my advantage in a
yeah,
sense. Which is also why I say, uh, speaking back to the point where you were like, it seemed like it takes a lot of brain power. I don't necessarily see it that way, only because the exercise for me in writing the verse is that I'm trying not to put so much thought into it and just actually like,
mm,
okay,
let it
because
flow.
right, because if I wasn't committing to posting it every day and it was just a verse for me and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna write this verse today, I would literally be there all day long because I can sit and write something and be like, no, I can make this better. I can make this line better. And like the whole
Yeah,
act of the challenge in writing it is not to write something dope every day for 100 days. It's just the act of being creative. You know what I mean? And just actually like sitting down to make time for the creativity and making sure that, that I'm just like exercising that, that muscle again, for the lack of a better word.
I know. Okay, I get that. I get that. It's it's therapeutic, but then it's also just making sure that you stay strong in just your ability to write.
Right.
Doesn't matter what comes out, as long as it's out, it's there. But it does help that you're talented. It does help that you are creative. It does help that it sounds good. It
Right.
definitely helps that it does
Right.
sound good, and it's something that people would want to inspire to be like.
Right. Well, I
And
appreciate
oh, you're very welcome. So, I know I recently saw you out. You were out at Fluid Fridays, and then when I
that.
saw
Oh,
you, I didn't find
hmm.
you at Fluid Fridays, and yeah, I'll be outside. I'll be outside a little.
Is we outside?
Um, yeah, we had Crush on here a few weeks
Yeah. Yeah.
ago.
Oh, right on.
But let's talk about that. You talked about coming out as bisexual. How was that?
Wasn't a thing. I mean, it's not like
Okay.
it's not like something that like I'm gonna do like a Facebook post or like an Instagram post or anything. It's
I
just
think that's weird to do that. People
yeah,
do that. People
yeah.
do. People,
No,
people go on Facebook and Instagram and talk about things that have nothing to do with anyone else or anyone else's
right.
business.
Yeah, no. I'm just here. That wasn't even like I never did like ta-da like come out or nothing. Like I'm just I'm just here. You know what I
You
mean?
just being yourself.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's in the industry? Did you like people even care?
I think that it's getting to a place where it's a lot more not even that it's okay, well, one that it's more accepted, but I feel like that it's always been
Around?
prevalent. Yeah, it's always
I
been
think it's
prevalent.
always
Just
been
people
around.
ain't
I
been,
think it's
you know
always
what I
been
mean?
around.
Just people ain't been saying nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's not like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's not like people just started showing up as this. It's literally always been in the industry. But now it's just to the point where it's like, uh, I mean, between like cancel culture and just like people being sensitive, like,
People are
uh,
so sensitive.
yeah,
People are so
but to this
sensitive. People
point,
are sensitive and people are so I hate to say I don't want to say nosy, but
right,
don't know how to mind theirs.
right,
I don't know how to mind theirs, and I
right,
didn't know if like people try to because I get asked like like the most like random gay questions for straight
yeah,
people. Like gay people never ask me any of the most like weird conversation. I always have weird conversations with straight people, and
yeah.
like, do you feel like your friend group already knew everyone kind of? Do you have anyone that like was like taken like by surprise or like said anything that was like you could have kept that to yourself?
Not nobody said nothing to me.
I want to hang out with people you hang out with because I just had a whole incident at the
Hmm.
store. Like, I just had this
Really?
lady. I was getting clothes and she was like, "This is the ladies' area." I know because I shop in both. I know I wear my hair like this,
Uh-huh.
but I shop in women's section. I get women's clothes. I'm a woman, and I shop in men's clothes, and I get women's clothes. I get men's
Right,
clothes. I don't really care if it looks nice.
right.
I'm get it. So she was like, "There's the women's section." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a lady," and I kept walking. I was like, "Something's wrong with people. Like, why does it
Where was this
matter?"
at?
At Ross. It was at Ross.
Oh, well, that's why you got to be careful where you go to. So it be low vibrational places. You could
But
go to
pe-
Ross and
but
you
pe-
can
but people
it.
mind their business usually.
Right.
People mind their business usually
Yeah.
though. Usually
Yeah.
when I go to usually when I wasn't dressed,
I just
I
mean
look
you.
nice right now, but
Yeah.
I looked a mess earlier. And I just don't get people.
I just mean somewhere. I just mean somewhere like Ross. You're gonna run the risk of running into somebody that's like that. Because Ross is great. Don't get me wrong. Ross is top notch. You're gonna find something that's like top notch thrift store. But you're gonna run the risk at like a Ross or TJ Maxx. You're gonna run the risk of running into was it a white lady or a black lady?
She was actually either Indian or Middle Eastern.
And was she older?
She had a mask. I'm gonna say probably like 40, 50.
Uh, uh, yeah.
Old enough to be minding her own goddamn business.
Right, right. But then old enough
Oh,
to not old enough to not mind the business.
and
Yeah,
it's always that age range. Well, no, I'll take
yeah.
it back. No, it's not. I've been to a lot of concerts, and I'm going to use the restroom. I don't care how I look. I don't care if I look like your homeboy. I'm going to
Right,
go use the restroom. So I
right.
have had it with other people too. I have. I get it all the time, actually. I get it all the time. I get it all the time. When you look
What, like
like this,
going
I guess it's
going into the girls' bathroom and then somebody be like, "Nigga, what are you doing?" For real? Damn.
the worst.
Wow.
No, the funniest thing that happens. all the time. If someone will walk in, they see me and walk out because they believe that
they think they
they
went to
just
the
walked
bathroom. Wow.
all the time,
Wow.
all the time. And I
Wow.
never
Wow.
stop them. I
Yeah.
never say anything. I'd be like, if you saw women when you walk in, you're in the women the same way I saw women
Right.
because I can read.
Right.
It's
Bless it.
amazing. Yes,
Right.
yes.
But
It's
clearly.
it's really interesting. But um, before we end the show, I want to have you talk about. We talked about so what, but
Uh-huh.
I know you're always busy. I love having artists that book and busy because that means y'all make time for me, and
Come
I'd be
on.
appreciative.
Come
But
on.
tell everybody about all the things you have coming up, and I got you in regards to your Instagram. But
Oh, right
where
now.
else?
Come on.
Where can people find you? And what you got like shows? Any upcoming shows that these people should be coming to see you at?
Oh, see, actually, I've been getting better at this because
And you prepared.
I got me a day calendar. Come on.
Us Libras got to
See,
write
because I
things
didn't
out.
remember. Okay, okay. So, right there in Instagram, you can find me there. Cameron McCloud on Facebook. Friday, I'm playing it. This feel like at the end of church where they be saying the schedule for the month.
Schedule. Yeah, the
We'll be
announcements. Give us the announcements
announced.
for the month.
There'll be a prayer breakfast proceeding. But Friday, playing at Woods End, up on the rooftop. Definitely pull up if you're not doing shit. I'm
Sounds
playing at
fun.
UTA on Saturday. I don't know if everybody can pull up to that, but so basically Friday the 6th, Saturday the 7th, I'm at Ruins. And then the 29th, 27th, I'm playing at Soho House in Austin. I need to write that down. Not me doing business.
Go ahead, add it to the calendar.
All right.
And then you coming back here. So you're going there on 26th
Yeah,
with
so
Friday?
they're Friday, and then I'll probably drive back Saturday and then play at the festival on Sunday. Unless I decide to stay out there, like maybe like Saturday, that might be cool because then
I can't blame you.
it's gonna be the little
Austin's
weekend.
always a good time. Austin
That
is
it is.
always a good time.
That it is.
Oh, someone someone had something to say for you.
Oh, what up, Isaac? Isaac K.
Oh, thank you, Isaac. Yes, you have definitely grown. And you're going to like. So what is just a stepping stone? Just like everything else you've done has been a stepping stone.
Come on,
I'm going to try to come. So what? Because I want to come. So what? So
pull
what?
up,
So
pull up.
we're going. I'm going to check these budgets, punch some numbers.
All
Luckily,
right,
it's
come
here in
on,
Texas.
crunch
I
numbers.
love, see what I need to pay for, what bills I need to then get the tickets.
Right, right. What bill's not gonna get paid?
A little late. Not paid. Just a little late.
Yeah,
A little
a
late.
little late.
A
Yeah,
little late.
little
But
credit
I
hit.
want to thank you for coming out. I make everyone not credit hit. I ain't that late. Not that late. Not 30 days. I had to stop
So
you there.
wait a minute,
Not
number
30
credit.
days. But I want to thank you for coming. I make everyone promise to come back. Especially,
Absolutely.
when y'all get big, I don't want y'all to forget about it on me. So when y'all
Yeah,
get big, you still got to come back because I got to
yeah,
record it that you said you gonna come back.
yeah. Come on, it's right here. You
Okay.
got it on record. I'll be back. Hey, Smokey,
All right. Yeah.
come back.
Back. You gotta come back.
I got
But
you.
I do want to thank you. I want to thank everybody for watching. You missed the live. Don't worry. You're probably listening to this right now, recorded Saturday at noon. I got y'all. Stay tuned for what's coming up next for Cure for Paranoia, for Cameron, and for me, your girl, and Young. It's been a great episode. Peace.
Yeah, this was fun. Peace and love.